hit 1 million subscribers. And on behalf of my more than 100 colleagues all around the world, thank you so much to everyone who subscribed. And to celebrate, we're throwing the biggest party at Nomad Capitalist Live.
In the last 12 years, we've broken news, interviewed presidents, and changed the way people see the world. And today, we're looking back at those most impactful moments.
Andrew Henderson, NomadCapitalist.com. This is the Nomad Capitalist Report.
I am Andrew Henderson, editor-at-large of NomadCapitalist.com, where we share tips on finding more freedom, more opportunity, and a better life by looking beyond your own borders. As Nomad Capitalist grew, and as our team grew, and as I had a sense of what it is that works, and I relied on the network, I continued to settle for just good enough at times.
I'm here in Bangkok, Thailand, in the Sukhumvit area with a gorgeous skyline, and you can see why so many people want to come to Thailand.
It's Andrew Henderson from Nomad Capitalist in Malaya Lesotho, and here in Africa, in a country that most people will not visit. Very beautiful country, very interesting place.
Here in Cape Town, South Africa, in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and right back there, that one right there, you can kind of see it. That was almost 2 years. My home in Langkawi Island, Malaysia.
You're in Dublin, Ireland.
I'm in Pracan, Montenegro. I'm in Managua, Nicaragua.
In Tala, Cyprus, in the Hollywood Hills.
Here at the pyramids in Giza, Egypt. I'm here in Port Vila, Vanuatu. Here in the Polanco region of Mexico City. To me, the beauty of Nomad Capitalist is you shouldn't have to choose. You get to keep more of your own money. You get control of your own finances. You have more opportunities and more options than 99.9% of people in human history. And yet it's so easy to fall into the trap of, oh, this is good enough. One of the things a lot of people don't know about Nomad Capitalist is that we've built a team. People look at this as a guy making videos, a guy running articles. We've done over 2,000 videos and articles to date, who maybe identify with what I talked about last year and not feeling like they have a home. And you just want to find a home. But I realize that's one of the underlying reasons for some people doing this, is you want to find somewhere where you are accepted. You want to find a culture. This is Istanbul, and today we're showing you luxury living here in the heart of Turkey. This is Tbilisi, and for a decade I've been telling you about this little-known city in the heart of Georgia. Today, we're going to show you how you can come here and live like a king.
I never entirely knew what Nomad Capitalist as a channel would become. I was in the process of selling the last of my business interests in the United States, and I wanted to be a citizen of the world. I was traveling, I wanted to travel more, and I wanted to have a chance to talk to people who wrote books like The $10 Trillion Prize, which was an early influence on me. I wanted to talk to Jim Rogers, who ended up coming to Nomad Capitalist Live. I wanted to have access to people, so I started a radio show and a podcast, and we uploaded those on YouTube. And those were some of the earliest interviews. I think the very first one was with Neil Strauss, who wrote a book called Emergency, in which he talked about citizenship by investment. And I listened back to that, and I was trying so hard to put on a good show.
I'm Andrew Henderson. This is the Nomad Capitalist Report. Neil Strauss is the author of such books as The Game. This book for today, Emergency. This book will save your life. He traveled the world, met people from all around the world, and learned exactly how to take steps to escape and survive.
I never imagined that people would come to me over the years and say, hey, I hear you have a guy in the Philippines who can help me. Could you help me move there? It just organically developed from a project where I wanted to interview people who I thought, hey, if I have a radio show or a podcast or now a YouTube channel, people will talk to me. They'll send me a free copy of their book. Some author's not going to talk to me otherwise. That's what it was about, and it organically grew into the business that it is today. I'm Andrew Henderson from the sold-out Nomad Capitalist Live conference. Great to have with us here the former president of Georgia, the head of the President's National Reform Council in Ukraine, Mr. Mikhail Saakashvili. Pleasure, sir, to have you.
Hi, how are you?
I think when I left the United States, my idea was, let me be a sort of talking head about this international investment space. Let me be an advocate for countries like Cambodia, which I've been researching and interested in since like 2006.
Hi, I'm Andrew from Nomad Capitalist. I'm here in Hanoi, Vietnam, where
We're standing in the old quarter, and one of the most interesting stories of Vietnam is right here in the old quarter.
Let me be that guy. Let me be the person who has this very unique niche. But I'm going to actually go out and start the businesses. I'm going to go out and roll up barber shops in Cambodia. And I think somebody can do that. And I met entrepreneurs and heard stories of entrepreneurs that they go to these countries and they start an ice cream parlor, or they start brown coffee in Cambodia. And it becomes a huge thing because there's just really not any competition. And so that is possible. But for me, I so enjoyed going and finding all the different places that I never settled down long enough to open a business in one particular place or manage investments in one place. And I think that's the organic way in which Nomad Capitalist, the company, came out of Nomad Capitalist, the channel.
I look at places around the world and I see places that are doing this the right way and doing it the wrong way. You look at countries like the Republic of Georgia. I was talking to someone just last night at our dinner up on the Strip, talking about what they're doing in the Republic of Georgia, how they went from 21 taxes to 6. Countries like Singapore that said 50 years ago we were not much of anything, but we want to become the wealthiest country in the world. What's the plan to do it? Well, let's get rid of regulations. Let's get rid of all the things that drive people away. After all, we know 5 magic words that people want to go where you're treated best.
One of the philosophies that I live by and I tell my team is Kaizen. Can we be 1% better every day? And I think that's guided the channel. There's been times that I wish it would have grown further. There's been times I've been impatient. We started our luxury living web series called Live Like a King. And that was something that I'd thought about for years. And in my mind, I kept improving it and we finally got it done. And we've got so many more ideas of things to show you. And it's always bothered me a little bit because I'm so impatient and I'm just bursting with ideas that I want to share with you. And I look back at how the channel has evolved from me filming myself on an iPhone. I mean, literally there was a time when it's like, I'm gonna get a new phone because I think that the videos look better on this.
For me at Nomad Capitalist, life is about how do I, as a high-achieving entrepreneur and investor, and how do you as the same, live in comfort and do so with all the advantages on your side. And I think that Malaysia allows you to do that.
I never really approached this as a YouTube creator where, hey, we got to, here's my microphone and here's my setup. It was just, I want to put out good content. How do we do that on the go? And only recently did we evolve to having a substantial team where we do this really professionally. This was never for me about having a YouTube channel. We've never monetized the channel. We've never really accepted sponsorships on the channel. This was always about me sharing a message with you. That hasn't evolved. But what has evolved, hopefully, is the production quality, and now, going into the future, showing you more of the places where I actually spend my time with Live Like a King, with some of the videos that we have coming up. I think one of the most impactful things for me is anywhere I go in the world, someone comes up and says, I watch your videos and I like what you do. And coming from a family where my dad was on the radio, occasionally you'd hear someone come up to him and say, I know your voice. But now on YouTube, people see your face. And from Mexico to Montenegro to Malaysia, even places like Myanmar and Oman, people come up to me, and now even from the Nomad Capitalist R&D channel and from people on our team that speak at Nomad Capitalist Live, they come up to us. And it's an incredible feeling knowing, hey, I moved to Malaysia, or I left my country because you gave me the motivation. It was something I always wanted to do, and I always felt like I was alone, some people say. We had a gentleman come up to me at Nomad Capitalist Live. He said, I've been watching your videos for years, and he was a little emotional about it. And he said, I went to Colombia, and I ended up meeting the love of my life because of the motivation that your channel gave me. And I realize we have a business that helps people lower their taxes and get second passports, but at the end of the day, when you look back at life, it's those moments of peace and joy and connection that matter. And I think that the people who really get what we're about understand that's what's at the core of all this. We're not running away from something. We're looking for better opportunities, not just to take back our freedom and to have more control over what we've earned, but really to be happy, to have love in our life. And what's been so inspirational to me is seeing all the people who have told us that and have come up and said that. and realizing that this is a force for good.
It's ensuring freedom, not just financially, but in terms of time, your energy, resources, and freedom that extends to your family, friends, and loved ones. I think it really nails it there.
Obviously what we do is not without its detractors, I think, because a lot of people come and watch casually and they don't get the entire picture of what this is about. Yeah, I do think that there's nowhere on earth that's worth 40% or more in taxes. There's just too many options. And yet, taxes aren't the guiding light for my life. It's what we do as a business, it's what we talk about to offer our services. But I think the people who watch more often realize this is about something greater.
I learned a lot of hard lessons by being in business and being in the United States, and I had to make some adjustments, so I went out and began this journey of finding the best places, finding the new safe havens where you can be free.
And yet I look at some of the detractors. We've even had folks from the US government, I think you're a bad person. And that makes me realize, yeah, I'm probably doing something right. Those people don't share my values. I wouldn't want them to agree with me. And I learned very early on from my father that if you're going to win at something, and especially if you're going to win visibly, you're going to be a target. Everyone's going to be gunning for you. And I never really entirely understood that, even running a business, until the success of this channel. And I hope that in the same way we've inspired people to go where you're treated best, I would hope that I can offer some inspiration that it's okay to do what you know is right. It's okay to go where you're treated best. Yes, your family may not all understand. Yeah, you might have a friend or two who just doesn't talk to you anymore. And yeah, the people who rely on you paying their salaries through very high taxes, they may not like it either. They may be offended, but you get to have your values. And I hope that the message I've preached on this channel is you want to do things legally, but you also want to do things ethically. And if you can tell yourself that you did those two things, I look back on this 1 million subscriber milestone and I say to myself, I think I've done the right thing. And the fact that people don't like it is evidence of that. The guiding philosophy of our business and of this channel has always been the 5 magic words: go where you're treated best. It's been humbling to see so many people living their life by those words my father taught me almost 30 years ago. And it's evolved for this channel and for me. What does it mean to go where you're treated best? You've seen my journey, and the journey hasn't always been a straight line. There's been years when I've traveled more. There's been years when I've traveled less. There's been years when I wanted us to go deeper and others when I wanted us to go wider. And what I hope you've seen is that there's a human condition embodied in those 5 magic words, that it is not just about lowering your taxes or protecting your assets or having that second passport. Those things are important. But what I've tried to show you is the humanity. I'm certainly not perfect. I've changed my mind at times. I've done certain stuff and then said, that actually wasn't what I wanted. You've been here to witness a lot of that. And I think that's okay. I think those of you who are still on the fence about jumping into this lifestyle should realize none of us exactly knows what's going to happen next. Not only from which black swan event or external force could impact your plans, but you don't entirely know how your life is going to change when you get into this. And that's one thing I really hope that I've showed you. This is not a perfect science. It's an art. And it is influenced by imperfect humans like myself who don't always know how they're going to react to the next thing.
I want you to be doing something. I got friends, they're doing stuff, I give them advice. They don't hire me, but I love watching them win. I want you to win.
People see a milestone of 1 million subscribers and they'll ask me, what's next for your business? What are you going to change? And the answer is really nothing. We're going to keep serving our high-level clients. We're going to keep taking that Kaizen approach of being 1% better, deepening and widening our connections around the world, learning about every program that exists and every bank that exists and every option that exists, building out our team. We're going to keep growing it 1% better every day. And we're going to keep hosting Nomad Capitalist Live. And I hope you'll join us for that. I don't see a milestone like this as a chance to roll out new stuff. I do want to take the opportunity to show you, with this beautiful group of people, more of the places where I spend time. I want to show you more of the places that I actually live. And I want to show you that truly my life has in many ways transcended politics in a way that I hope many of you will one day be able to experience. I've told you I don't want to keep talking about politics in the US or the UK. I just want to show you the options. I want to show you here's where you can go, here's where you can be happy, here's where you can be safe, and here's where you can be protected.
There's no right or wrong way to do this. You have permission to dip your toe in and start becoming a nomad capitalist.
For me, the 1 million subscriber milestone is yet another opportunity to say, people want to know about their options. People want to see what else is out there. And we want to focus on that more than we want to focus on telling people how bad things are. And so as we show you more content from Live Like a King to other videos about what it looks like in the places that you can plant your flags, I hope you'll join me on this new journey of talking less about the problems and showing you what it actually looks like more. For me, as someone who's already escaped a lot of the system that people are still stuck in, we've talked about the Great Reset and CBDCs and things that, hey, I understand why people might be concerned about, but I think I'm a lot less concerned about them. And I tried to convey that message at the time, but I look back now and I say to myself, a lot of people probably didn't really hear the message. They just attached what they wanted to hear to my message. My message has always been, if you live the kind of life that I talk about, you're gonna be a lot less worried about these things. You're gonna have a lot more energy to focus on having a happy life. For me, going forward, it's connecting more with the opportunity and less with the fear. No doubt, there's still fear in the Western world. I still think there's a lot of problems, and we're gonna talk about some of that with the goal of, here's where you can go. For years, I've tried to be pretty clear what this channel is about. This is a channel run by a business that sells a product to high net worth and ultra high net worth individuals. I love that people of any income level and of any net worth get value out of this and they make their plans. One of the reasons we introduced Nomad Capitalist Live is not only is it incredible fun, but it's an opportunity for folks who maybe don't qualify yet to be a client to come and immerse themselves in our world. And this year's Nomad Capitalist Live, we're gonna be bringing in a lot more elements from our Live Like a King series so that you can feel like you're part of the YouTube channel. And yet, we don't sell ads on this channel. We don't monetize our channel. This channel is a reflection of my philosophy that if you can serve them, then you can sell some of them. And we don't ask anybody here that you have to be a client or that maybe one day you'll be a client to watch. Everybody can watch. But perhaps this channel is different than a lot of other YouTube channels in terms of our goal. I don't want to make $12 per 1,000 views because you saw an ad. I want to connect with the people who can really benefit from our services. And if you can really benefit from the message without our services, well, that's cool too. If you're watching this and our videos have ever had an impact on you, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go to nomadcapitalist.com/live, and I want you to join the waiting list for our next live event. It's free to join the waiting list. Every year we get together hundreds of folks, almost 1,000 last year, from all around the world, who share the message and share the beliefs that we talk about here. We've got 1 million people in this community and many more that watch casually. I want you to join us at the next event. I want to hear the story of how we impacted you. I want you to meet the other people that are doing this. And even if the event never gets bigger, I want it to be better. We're planning some stuff that's pretty great this year. We're planning some pretty amazing speakers, bigger than we've ever had before, and I want it to get even better. With the community that we have here, I want to bring you more value, not just on the channel, but at Nomad Capitalist Live. So tickets to Nomad Capitalist Live will go on sale in the coming weeks. Go to nomadcapitalist.com/live. Please be part of that movement. I want to thank all of the 1 million of you who have subscribed, and I hope that we can keep serving you by offering you clarity. Even if that clarity is, you know what, this isn't for me, I still hope you'll keep watching. I want to thank our more than 100-person strong team for making this possible, and all the team members who've been with me all along the way, many of whom are still here, some of whom have moved on to start their own business or do other things. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of this. Thank you for offering your feedback. Thanks for bringing your strength. I really think we've modernized a category, talking about the idea of international diversification and global citizenship on YouTube, back at a time when really nobody did. And I think we've inspired dozens, if not hundreds of other people to start sharing their message about everything from citizenship by descent to incorporating offshore to getting second passports. This has become a powerful movement. I'm proud to be the first one in the movement to reach 1 million subscribers and to show the world this is a force for good, and this is a force that's here to stay. Nomad capitalism is the future of the world. It's going to keep growing. I'm glad to have you as part of the first 1 million, and cheers to many millions more in the years to come.
Congratulations, Andrew, on the 1 million. It's been a lot of work, I know, and it's been amazing. You've done a great job. I can't believe how far things have grown. Congratulations.
I started listening to Andrew when he had a podcast and hadn't even put out a video. Today, 1 million subscribers. Andrew and the team, keep up the amazing work. You're doing a great job.
I think that freedom is the biggest thing in America right now. It's absolutely crazy, as is a lot of other regions, and seeing that you're not just alone in your country, that a lot of people are sharing similar mindsets, it's a really powerful experience.
Congratulations, Andrew Henderson and Nomad Capitalist, for reaching 1 million subscribers. Even if I've helped in my own little way to help you get there, I am thrilled. You're doing a great job. You're much needed.
So if you're looking for a sovereign lifestyle, Nomad Capitalist, they're the cream of the crop. I've listened to them for over 5 years now, before COVID happened. And since then, I've got multiple residencies, multiple citizenships, multiple bank accounts, moved offshore. So if you believe in low taxes, if you believe in a better lifestyle, Andrew Henderson, he's the original OG, so highly recommend.
Congratulations to Nomad Capitalist for 1 million subscribers on YouTube. That is massive and well deserved.
It's ensuring freedom, not just financially, but in terms of time, your energy, resources, and freedom that extends to your family, friends, and loved ones. I think it really nails it there.
One last thing, congratulations to Nomad Capitalist for 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
Congratulations to you guys. That's a pretty big feat, and keep up the good work and keep throwing good content out.
You guys are really just pioneers looking ahead into the future. So a big thanks, not just to myself, but I know my own children and grandchildren, when they do come, will really benefit from this information and this kind of movement.
Congratulations, Andrew Henderson and the Nomad Capitalist team on 1 million subscribers.
Congratulations to the Nomad Capitalist team for surpassing 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
I would say that the Nomad Capitalist is an opportunity to hear about things you'd never normally hear about unless you were searching them out specifically on the internet. And Andrew is just fabulous. We've always loved Andrew.